Covert assistance in Eastern Europe. As geopolitical tensions between NATO and Russia intensified following the early 2010s, Eastern Europe became the front line of a new kind of conflict, one fought in whispers, proxies, and shadows. While official militaries postured and diplomats traded warnings, covert activity surged beneath the surface. It was in this environment, according to multiple intelligence leaks and unofficial sources, that Blackwater, now operating under successor entities, was deployed to conduct surveillance and provide intelligence support across key strategic regions of Eastern Europe. These operations weren't about launching offensives or securing compounds. They were quiet missions designed to gather data, train local allies, and offer real-time intelligence in countries bordering Russia or entangled in frozen conflicts. Ukraine, Moldova, Georgia, and the Baltics became areas of special interest. And where the U.S. couldn't risk a formal presence, private military contractors filled the void. In Ukraine, especially after the 2014 annexation of Crimea, Blackwater-linked personnel were reportedly involved in intelligence coordination and logistical support for Western-backed forces. Their activities were masked under joint training programs, defense consultancy roles, and security for foreign advisors. But beyond the official narrative, these contractors allegedly helped establish communication networks, monitor separatist movements, and map Russian troop positions in contested zones like Donbass. In the Baltic states, where fear of Russian aggression loomed large, Blackwater's presence was more surveillance-focused. Contractors operated from safe houses and mobile units, gathering information on suspected infiltration routes, cyber disruption hubs, and key political influencers with ties to Moscow. Their intelligence, fed to NATO allies through unofficial channels, became part of a broader counterintelligence mosaic aimed at detecting hybrid warfare tactics long before they could escalate. What made these missions especially sensitive was their proximity to Russian intelligence operations. In some cases, Blackwater operatives allegedly shadowed GRU agents or tracked arms smuggling routes used to destabilize governments. In Moldova and Georgia, they were believed to have supported local pro-Western forces with tactical training and high-risk security for critical infrastructure like airports, energy grids, and communication relays vulnerable to sabotage. The choice to use private contractors was strategic. Governments could deny involvement. There were no uniforms to implicate national forces, no chain of command to expose. And in the world of post-Cold War espionage, deniability had become more valuable than firepower. Yet the dangers were real. Contractors risked arrest, assassination, or diplomatic fallout if caught. Their missions required not just tactical skill, but fluency in deception, cultural awareness, and the ability to vanish if compromised. In one reported incident, a safe house believed to be operated by Blackwater personnel was raided by an unidentified militia in a disputed region. No casualties were reported, but the incident underscored the volatility of the theater. These operations also reignited debate over the growing influence of private military companies in intelligence roles. Should a corporation, answerable to profit, not policy, be allowed to conduct surveillance in sovereign nations? Could their involvement escalate already fragile conflicts? And who was held responsible if a mistake triggered international consequences? For Blackwater, Eastern Europe was more than a job site. It was a proving ground for the next evolution of private warfare. They weren't just guarding, they were watching, listening, and shaping the flow of information in one of the most contested geopolitical spaces on the planet. As Russian influence operations expanded, and NATO braced for the next flashpoint, Blackwater's covert assistance in Eastern Europe became the unseen hand in a silent war, waging battles without borders and leaving behind no flag, no name, and no trace.